If you're like me, you're not going very many places right now because most of the world is in lockdown. And that means your electric car, or in my case, electric cars, are sat around doing nothing. We've already done a video on this channel explaining how to make sure that your electric car's battery is kept in a healthy condition during the current crisis. We've covered how you should charge it, how you should store it, and the do's and don'ts in that regard. But what we haven't covered is one other problem that you might encounter when you leave your electric car parked for a long period of time, like rodents under the hood. I wish I'd kept the nest in position for filming, but frankly, when you open the hood and you find a mouse's nest or maybe a rat's nest inside an electric car, your first thought isn't, oh, yeah, I should go grab my camera and make a film about that. So it wasn't until after I'd taken this photograph, or rather it was after talking to Kate Walton-Elliott and discovering she had the same problem with her two electric cars, that I thought, yeah, we really should make a video on that. So thanks, Kate, for prompting me to do just that. You see, electric cars, no matter how they're used, tend to have a fairly warm inside. That's because if your car has an active thermal management system like the Chevrolet Bolt here, or the Tesla Model S, or the BMW i3, pretty much every electric car on sale today, with the exception of the Nissan Leaf and the old Kia Soul EV, pretty much every other electric car on sale today has an active thermally cooled battery pack. And how that works is that it uses hot or cool liquid, depending on what the battery needs, and it pumps it around the car's battery system to either keep the battery cool in hot weather or keep it warm during winter months. And in order for that to happen, there has to be a heat exchanger under the hood, and there also has to be part of the area under the hood that stays quite toasty warm. So that's the first problem, because mice and rodents of other descriptions like to be warm when it's cold outside. So they get tucked up where it's nice and warm, and that's where they stay. That's where they make their nest. And if your car's not being driven around, well, then they stay there and they make a nest. We discovered a nest earlier on today right here on top of this plate here, because this plate gets warm when the car is being charged, which is the second reason why electric cars are perfect for rodents. Because when you plug your car in overnight and you set it to charge so that it's ready to leave in the morning, this plate, or one like it in your car, houses the charging circuitry, and the charging circuitry gets moderately warm during the charging process, because even though electric car chargers are pretty efficient, they still have some inefficiencies in them, which results in heat in the actual charging unit itself. And you've guessed it, warm place, quiet place, rodents think that is amazing. Rodents also like chewing things. So if you get a rodent infestation in the hood of your car or by the motor or somewhere else in your electric car, it can actually end up costing you thousands of dollars, especially if they chew through the high voltage cables, and then you end up with a mouse or a rat that has been fried, a car that doesn't go anywhere, and a lot of mess to clean up. Luckily, we found the rodent nests early enough. We found the one in my wife's car. This is her Bolt earlier on today, and we removed it. I checked under the hood of my Bolt, and it looked like a mouse had thought about doing the same thing in my car. They just hadn't. But luckily, we have a solution. Now this here is a little rodent repellent bag, and it's designed to go under the hood of your car. Or it can go pretty much anywhere where rodents are not wanted. Now, to me, it smells lovely. It's got some pine scents and a few other nice things in here. It says balsam fir oil, which is a botanical pesticide, 2%, and it's also got fragrance oil and plant fibers in it. It's called a botanical rodent repellent. There are various different other versions that you can get, and literally, you just pop this inside your car. Rodents don't like the smell of this fir oil and the botanical goodness inside this sachet. I think it smells lovely. It's a lovely fragrant smell. Doesn't damage my hands to touch it. I'm not going to get any nasty reactions with my skin. It will keep rodents away. We're going to try it in my wife's car, and if it works, we'll get another one for mine, because her car's the one that seems to have had most of the problems with rodents. I've seen very little evidence in mine other than earlier today, and so we'll keep checking under the hood of the car. Kate Wharton-Elliott swears by these. She says she's got them in her Morris Minor, her BMW i3, and also her Kia e-Niro. She didn't know she had a problem with rodents in the e-Niro until she took it to the garage, and one of the guys there was like, "You have a rodent nest inside your car. We've taken it out, but you probably ought to put something in there to deter them." And that's what she's tried, and she swears by them. So there you have it. If you do have an electric car and you're parked up for a while, you're not using your car, even if you live in an urban area, you should really check under the bonnet or under the hood, whatever you want to call it, to make sure that you don't have unwanted tenants inside your EV, or in fact inside your plug-in hybrid. Rodents don't seem to have as much of a problem getting into an internal combustion engine vehicle because, of course, internal combustion engine vehicles are noisy when they're running as opposed to EVs, which are relatively quiet. Rodents can actually still be inside your vehicle while you're driving along. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you encountered any problems with rodents in your EV, let me know what the solution was. We're building a chicken coop right now. I wish we had the chickens, because chickens will eat mice. It's one of those things. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and support us through Patreon or through Ko-fi. We'll be back soon with another video for you all to enjoy. But until then, keep evolving.